Welcome to another class on integration. Now this time around, we'll be looking at indefinite and indefinite integration. The calculator methods to definite and indefinite integration. Now, let's see some questions. Now, if you are given something like this, that you should integrate root of 5 over x, integrate root of 5 over x dx, and you are given option A, root x over 5 plus c. Option B, we are given root 2 into bracket 5 root x plus c. Option C, you have 2, then into bracket you have root of 5x plus c. Option D, you have root 2 into bracket 10 root x plus c. Now this is the first question. Now take note, this question must, you observe that this option does not contain sine or cos or tan, etc. Then you don't take your calculator to radian. This calculator must be in degree. And what am I talking about? You observe that at the top of your calculator here, it shows D. That shows that your calculator is in degree. But you can change from degree to radian or from radian to degree when you press shift mode. When you press shift mode, you observe that your number 4 here is radian. And number 3 here is what? Is degree. So when you press shift mode, you'll be using shift mode to take to radian or to degree. Now, let's press AC. Now, going to the question. The question says you should integrate roots of 5 over x dx. Now, assuming you are in the exam hall, you want to find the final answer to this question now. Now, the principle of this question says you are going to insert x in the question and you differentiate your option. What am I talking about? Now, someone should suggest the value of x that we should use. Now, if you check very well, you can use x to be of any value. I can use 2, I can use 3, I can use any number. I can use any number for x. Now, but on a real sense, we use 2 because we don't normally use 1 because 1 may not be able to determine what you need very well. So we use 2. Let's use 2. Now, let's save 2. You press 2, then press shift RCL and you press x. Now, can you see that? I press 2, I press shift RCL and I press x to save my 2 as what? As x. Now, I've saved 2 as x. I will now press the C. Now go to the question. The question says integrate of, you just press the question alone without pressing the integration there because this question is indefinite integration. Assuming it is definite integration, then you have to press the integration symbol. But now it is indefinite, so you don't need to press the integration. So what you are going to do is that press the question the way you are given, which is square roots and the fraction button here. At the numerator you have 5, then come to your denominator you have x, which is alpha close bracket. Then don't forget you already save your x as 2, so press equals 2. This is root 10 over 2. If you express in decimal, that means your answer is 1.5811. Now 1.5811, then now press AC. You now go to the option. The option that gives you the same value here is the right answer. So what you are going to do is that you differentiate your answer one after the other. Now pressing differentiation button, which is shift this button. Now press the option A. Option A says fraction button, the root of alpha x. Come to your denominator, you press 5. Then come to this place. What is the value of x we use? Which is 2. Don't forget, we use 2 for the question. So press that 2 and press equals 2. Now take note, you must not include this what? This C with it. You don't include the C because C is what? Means constant. Now if you check this very well, the value we got for this says is 0. What? Is 0.071. Now let's get to press AC, or yeah, let's press AC, press the differentiation again, go to option B, which is root of 2, root 2, then press forward direction, into bracket 5, the root of alpha x, come outside, then press close bracket. Then come to where you have your x, which is 2, then press AC. Now press equals to get the value. Now you observe that the answer for this is, we have it to be 5 over 2. Expressed in decimal, we have it to be 2.5. Then press AC, press your differentiation again, which means you have 2, then into the bracket of root of 5 and alpha x. Come outside, press close bracket, come to where you have 2, then press equals to press for the option C. The reason why we are doing it like this is because there are some integrations that always have long value of option. Now when you check option C very well, it gives us the final answer to be 1.5811, which is the same thing with the what? With the question. And that is the what? Is the final answer. That's the final answer. So you can see that it's the same value with the what? With the question. Now let's check another question. Press the C. Now, if you are given something like this, another question, integrate tan square x dx. Integrate tan square x dx. Option A, you have tan x minus 1 plus c. Option B, you have tan x minus x plus c. Option C, we have tan x plus c. Option D, we have tan x plus 1 plus c. Now if you check this question very well, we are going to follow the same process we do here, and we use here. The same process we use here is what we are going to follow. But the only difference between this and this is that if you check this question now, this question contains tan. So, and I told you if it contains tan, sine, etc., you have to take your calculator to radian. So press shift mode. When you press shift mode, it gives you something like this, and radian is what? Number 4. So press 4. Now when you press 4, then you now follow the same process we use here. By what? By saving x to be 2. So press 2, then press shift RCL and press your button, press 2, shift RCL, and you press the button of close bracket, which is the button of x. And that's already saved x as 2. Then press AC. Now let's go to the question. You just press question the way you are given without pressing the integration button, which means we have tan. You know it is tan square x, but you cannot square the bracket here in the calculator. That means we have tan x, close bracket, then square it. This is how you are going to press it on the calculator. The press equals to, you observe that the question here gave us 4.774. Now, this 4.774, you now differentiate the question, the options one after the other. The options that give us the same value, that is 4.774, is the right answer. So press shift this to bring out your differentiation. Then the option A says tan x minus 1. So press tan alpha x, which is close bracket, minus 1. Then come to this place. What's the value of x that we save? That's 2. Then press equals to. Then you observe the option A for this says 5.774. Now, is 5.774 the same thing with this? No. So, press backward direction. You can just delete this because it's not long. Or better still, press your differentiation again. Then the option B. Option B says tan x minus x. So press tan, then don't forget alpha x, close the bracket, then minus alpha x again. Come to this place, you have the value of x to be 2, then press equals to. Then don't forget the value of x here, the value of your differentiation here, that is for the option B, is equals to 4.774. Now can you see that we have option B, the same thing with what? With the question here. That shows that the correct answer for this is what? Is option B. Now, press AC or press on. Let's move to another aspect. That is, don't forget, I told you that I have like 3 calculator methods for integration of indefinite. That is, indefinite integration, I have 3 different methods on this. The next one is that, now see this type of question. If you are asked to integrate, let's see, you have the fraction button here, you have x, then plus sine x, then 1 plus cos x dx. 1 plus cos x dx. Option A, we have 2x tan x over 2 plus c. Option B, we have 2x, then tan x over 2 plus 2 ln cos x over 2 plus c. Option C, we have 2 tan x over 2 plus c. Then option D, we have x tan x over 2 plus ln x cos x plus c. Now, if I may ask, would this be in radian or degree? It will be in radian because it contains sine, cos, tan, etc. So it will be in radian. Now, thank God my calculator is still in radian. You know how I told you. And if it's not in radian, you press shift mode. Then your radian is what? Number 4. Then don't forget, you save 2 as x. You press 2. Then shift LCL and x. Then press AC. Then you just insert the question the way you are given. Press fraction alpha x plus sine of alpha x, close the bracket, come downward, 1 plus cos alpha x, close the bracket, then press equals to. You observe your question gave us 4.98. Now 4.98, you now press AC. You differentiate your options one after the other, shift this. Option A, we have 2, then alpha x, then tan of, press your fraction button, which means you have alpha x, then come to your denominator, you press 2. Then don't forget, you open the bracket of tan here, so you must close it. Then come to the value of x here. Then what's the value of x, which is 2, that we are using? Then press what? Press equals to. Then when you press equals to, you observe that the answer for this option A is 9.97. Is 9.97 the same thing with this? No. So press AC. Let's press the differentiation button again. Go for option C, option B rather, which is 2. Then alpha x, then press tan fraction button. We have alpha x, come to your denominator, you press 2, close the bracket, we have plus 2, then, we have ln, this is ln, then don't forget it is ln cos, then press your cos, which means you have the fraction button, alpha x, then come to your denominator, which means you have 2 at the denominator, close the bracket you close here is for this cos. Then don't forget ln also open the bracket, so we have to close the bracket. That's why we have like 3 brackets here. Then come to the space of your x here. And what's the value of x, which is 2 that we are using? Then press equals to. When you press equals to the value for the what? For the option B, now let's wait. The calculator have the final answer to be, let's see. We have the answer to be 8.41. Now, if you see this to be 8.41, then press AC. Let's go to option B. Option C rather. You press shift this, which means option C is 2. Then tan of your fraction button, we have alpha x, then all over 2. Then come to this, you press close bracket, then press the value. Don't forget that option C is just like that. Then the value of your x is what? Is 2. Then press equals to. Now, when you press equals to, then don't forget that when you have this, the value here for the option C is 3.42. 3.42 is the value here. But to be sincere with this question, there is this 2 is not supposed to be 2, it's supposed to be x. If you use and to solve, so it's supposed to be x. So let's redo it again. So if you press this, press the division again. So let's redo the option C again, in which you have alpha x, then tan of your fraction button, you have it to be alpha x, then come to your denominator, which is 2, close the bracket of this, then come to the value of what? Of x to be 2, then press equals to. So that's why I said the value of this place is supposed to be what? To be x, not 2. So now, if you check, this one is what? 4.9 what? 98. The same thing with the what? With the value we got in the what? In the question. That is it. And that is why C is the what? Is the right answer. But in case you don't believe, you can try option D as well. It can never be the same thing with the what? With the question. So that is why option C is the correct answer. Now let us solve more. Now if we want to solve more, we can have something like this. If the question says, integrate 2 into bracket 2x minus 3, then raised power 2 over 3 dx. 2 over 3 dx. Then option A, you can have into bracket 2x minus 3 raised to power 2 over 3 plus k. Option B, you have 2 into bracket 2x minus 3 then plus k. Option C, you have 6 over 5 into bracket 2x minus 3 raised to power 5 over 3 plus k. Option D, we have 3 over 5 then to bracket 2x minus 3 raised to power 5 over 3 plus k. Now this should be the last question I will solve under this aspect, but I'm going to give you the second method of integration, of indefinite integration. I told you we have 3 calculator methods for indefinite integration, so you have to follow, subscribe and comment so for me to release the third method or the third calculator method on this indefinite integration. Now this one, I'm going to use this example, this question, to change the method that I've been using before. Now you can see that the first 3 questions I solved, I use a particular method, but I'm going to change it in this case of the example now. Now, what is this method? What is this second method is talking about? Now, this is the method. Now, don't forget that the same principle is that the calculator will be in degree because there is no sign, there is no cos, there is no tan here. So let us take our calculator to be what? In degree. Now, what will be different? What will make this to be different from the previous question, from the previous method, is that this one, I'm going to use 1 as my determinant. Like any option that can give me 1 is the correct answer. What am I talking about? Is that okay? Now, I'm going to firstly save my x as 2, like what I've been using. I save x as 2 like this, then I press AC. Then let us press the question. That's 2 into bracket 2 alpha x, and minus 3, close bracket, raised to the power of 2 over 3. Now, can you see now? Now, this question, you know, I already saved my x as 2. So, unlike the previous one, I'll just press equals to. But this time around, I will not press equals to. I'll save this question as A, which means I'll press shift, RCL, and the button of A. Now, since I now save my x and my question as A, I'll just press AC. Now, this is it. Don't forget I save my question as A. Don't forget I save my question as what? As A. But my determinant is that any of these questions that give me 1 is what? Is the answer. Now let us go. So now we still go with the same principle by differentiating. So press into differentiation. Oh yeah, option A. We have opened the bracket 2, then alpha x, the minus 3, close the bracket, raised to the power of the fraction button, which is 2, then all over 3. Then come to this place. Sorry, let's come back. We'll come to this place. We have the value of x to be what? To be 2. Now, since we have the value of x to be 2, now come outside here. You now press divided by, don't forget your alpha A. Sorry, alpha A. Now, when you press your alpha A, then don't forget that once you press equals to like this, we are looking for the one that will be equals to what? That will be equals to 1. The one that will be equals to 1. If you check, this first one gave us 0.6, 0.666 etc. or 6667. That's the first option gave us this. Now let's go back to the main bracket. You delete this one. Then let us press option B, which is 2. Then to bracket of, we have 2 again. Then alpha x, the minus 3, close the bracket. That's all for the option B. Then we already pressed the remaining values here. Then press equals to. You can see that this option B gave us the answer to be what? To be 2. Don't forget, I'm looking for the one that will give us what? 1. Then go back to the words, to the one inside the words, the bracket here. Then press the option C. Option C says the fraction button, which is 6. Then all over what? All over 5. Come to this place, you open the bracket. Then 2 alpha x, the minus 3, close the bracket. Then don't forget we have raised to the power of the fraction button, 5 all over what? All over 3. You come to this place. We already pressed the value here. We already pressed all the value here. Don't forget we have divided by A here. The press equals to option C. Answer is, let's wait. Option C answer is still equals to 2. Option C answer is still equals to 2. Then go back to the value under this place that is inside the brackets. When it comes to this place, option D, let's test for option D. That's 3/5. Then come here inside the bracket of 2, then alpha x minus 3, close the bracket, press raised to the power of 5, then all over 3. Then don't forget to already press all the remaining values here. Then option D must be the answer. It must be the one to give us 1. Yes, because this is done and what? And trusted. Now can you see that option D gave us the answer to be equals to what? 1. If you check it very well, the answer for this option D is 1, which is the correct answer. So if you use your hand to solve this, you are going to get option D as the correct answer. Now, this is the second method for indefinite integration. Then, I will be releasing the third method for the indefinite integration, but not now. And at the same time, let us quickly chip in into definite integration. Definite. So, follow me. Now, for definite integration, what is definite? Definites are those ones that you'll be given the limits. Now, if you watch our previous videos, I've explained and gave excess explanation on definite integration. But let us quickly chip in into some example. I just have 2 examples here and we are good to go. The first one says integrate. Here we are having 2, then here we have minus 2. Then into bracket x squared minus x. Then into bracket we have 2x minus 1 dx. Then we have option A, 16. Option B, minus 16. Option C, we have minus 18. Option D, we have 18. Now, if you want to solve this one does not contain sine, cos, etc. Then our calculator must be in degree. So, firstly, take your calculator to degree. That's shift mode. Your degree, that's 3. Now, instead of you to press shift this for this, because this one has limits, you not press shift that. You just press this button, in which you come to your upper limit here. We call this upper limit, and that's 2. Then come down here. This is lower limit, and that is minus 2. Then come inside here. Then when we come inside here, you have open the bracket of alpha x, then square minus, we have alpha x again, close the bracket, then open the bracket. Can you see we are following the question? Then 2 alpha x, then minus 1, close the bracket. Then you can observe that this is the answer, and this is the question given to us. Then this one does not give us a lot of stress. Then press equals to. You will observe that on your calculator, you have the answer to be equals to what? Minus 16. As simple as that. So we have the answer to be what? Minus 16. Now let me give you another question on this. Press the C. Now another question says, integrate. You have this to be pi over 2. And here we have 0. Then into the bracket of minus 2 cos x. Close the bracket, the x. Option A says minus 2. Option B says minus 1 over 2. Option C says minus 3. Option D says minus 3 over 2. Now, if you are given this type of question, you can see that in the question there is cos there. So we have to take the calculator to be in radian. If you don't take it in radian, it may not give you the correct answer. Now, when you have it in radian, press the integrations button. Then come to this place. At the upper limit, you have it to be pi over 2. And your pi is here. But how to bring it out is to press shift and the button here. That's pi. Then come to your, it is pi over 2. So we have it to be over 2. Then come to the lower limit here. At the lower limit, we have 0. Then come inside the bracket here. Then inside the bracket here, we have open the bracket of minus 2. We have minus 2. Then cos alpha x. Close the bracket of that x. But don't forget that you open the bracket here. So we have to close it again. Then press equals to. When you press equals to, then let's wait for the answer. You observe that the final answer here is what? Is minus 2. Then the answer here is minus 2, which is option A. Now, I believe I've been able to cover the aspects of the indefinite integration and definite integration. So, I would like you to just subscribe for you to have the next or the third method for calculator that is the using of Casio 991 Plus to solve indefinite integration. So I will be releasing the third method very soon. So you have to subscribe, follow, share the video for others to like as well. Then comment. But before we go, then at the comment section, let me have the answer to this question. Let me have the answer to this question. Now, the question says, integrate. The question says, integrate. Yeah, in your CBT question, you should be expecting a long question and at the same time short question. But I'm very sure that your question will be what? Should either be two, that is easy, or very tough. Now, it cannot be tough with the use of the calculator. All you need to just do is that practice either the first method or the second method for indefinite integration, because many examiners do bring indefinite integration, unlike this definite integration. But practice more before I release the third method for the indefinite integration. It will shock you. But before, let me add the answer to this. Integrate. We have pi over 2. Then at the lower limit here, we have pi minus pi over 2. Then cos of x, the x. Now, so integrate this. Then option A says 0, option B says 1, option C says 2, option D says 3. Then what is the final answer to this? Let me have it at the comment section. God bless you. Thank you very much.